Memorial Day, essentially, it's like a remembrance day. So you remember everybody, basically that has died. I don't know. It's kind of it's a little bit of an odd holiday because, yeah, I mean, like, are we supposed to be happy? Are we supposed to be upset? Like, I don't know. Like, how are we supposed to feel today? So my personal flavor on Memorial Day is that I remember the people and I honor them by, doing things and being of service, not by taking a day off. I mean, it's a lighter day, but that's my thing. Maybe it's wrong. I don't know. Works for me though. I had this really interesting epiphany. I think it was 2 days ago, and the epiphany is that there are some facets about my job that I don't necessarily like. Right? I don't enjoy it. There are some facets that I hate. And then there are other parts that I really like. And then there are parts that I love. Well, it turns out that the parts that I really don't like are the ones that I need to pay most attention to because they produce the strongest emotion for me. And what I thought was really interesting is just this, is that I do those things in my job that I don't like to do so that I can get to the next step in the job that I do like, but then also so I can ultimately make it to the finish line. And, that's how I get paid. So, and I can only make it to the finish line if I do a good job. So if I don't do a good job, I'm not making it to the finish line. So the way that it's set up in my particular system is that I only get paid for the best job. And so the thought that I had that really changed everything was just this, is that, so I've got a few things that I really like as far as hobbies are concerned. Like I like working on cars and I like shoes. Shoes are kind of like one of my vices, I guess. And what I realized was this, is that I do things that I don't like to do in my job so that I can buy things from other people that really love what they do. So like the guy that tans leather, right? I like buying leather from him because it's nice leather and he's happy, and I can tell that he's happy. It's a little more expensive, but it's a better quality leather. I like buying that stuff from him. Well, if I don't do the things that I don't like doing, I can't buy that from him. And so really what I'm also doing is that while I'm doing those things that I don't like doing, I'm sacrificing for him too. So I do the things that I don't want to do in my job so that I can get across the finish line and have money to go buy leather from him. Now, I'm not like his only customer, but say that all of a sudden everybody just disappeared and I was the difference between whether he was going to make it to another month in his business or not. And it all depended on whether I was going to do my job or not. And I decided that I was going to be selfish that particular time, and I'm not going to do the thing that I don't want to do. And so I don't get the sale and he goes out of business. And then I go back and I want to buy leather later, can't, because he's gone, it's out of business. So as I'm doing the things in my job that I don't like doing, I'm actually making it possible for other people to do what they love to do in their jobs. And that's a little bit of a little shift on the way that I've looked at things, is that doing the things that I don't want to do are helpful to people that I haven't even really considered how helpful it is to them. So anytime I'm going to get hard on myself and say like, I'm not being of service or I'm not being helpful, or people don't like me. Well, I'm doing a lot of good for a lot of people. Whether they know it or whether I know it, I'm doing a lot of good for a lot of people. And that's always been my intention with anything. My intention is never actually to set out and do harm to anybody, ever. Does it happen? Sure. But did I ever wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to go mess somebody up? No. And they say the dumbest things, where they're like, I'm going to put them out of business, or I'm going to put you out of business. Like, that's not even a goal. That's not even a goal. Like, the whole goal is to hurt somebody. Somebody didn't tell them, like good competition in a capitalistic type of a setup, it's the equation for freedom. So you need your competition. If you don't have any competition, by the time you get to the purported finish line, you'll be so far off track and out in outer space. I mean, you won't even know what's going on. You got to have your competition.